Let's start, of course, looking back at Man United's 4-3. It says hammering here. It wasn't a hammering. 4-3 defeat away at Copenhagen last night. Manager Erik Ten Hag spoke after the game, wasn't happy. He blamed the defeat on the officiating.
It's clear. We are very disappointed because you play very good. I think we started the game so well. Best minutes of this season. We are winning the game. And I think the red card changes everything. And then we concede 2 goals before halftime, which should never have counted. First is offside, second a penalty, and that is in 4 games, 4 penalties against, and where I say 3 are very debatable. It's also harsh.
What I don't want to do is turn into one of those fans that goes, yeah, the officiate was terrible, it was never a penalty, because I just feel that now as a football fan, you just have to take what's given to you, right? You have to take your medicine. Mm-hmm. We all get it. Last week it was you with Newcastle. This week it's me with Copenhagen. It just happens, right? Yeah. It's part of the game. The decisions were bad, but that's not the reason we lost. It's difficult because the first 20 minutes before the red card, we looked okay. I really liked the sort of the link-up play with Garnacho and Højlund. I thought they looked great. They both looked like they were enjoying it. I thought United attacking. They looked really, really good on the break. They looked good. But then, of course, look, we've said it before, red cards do change games. One of the questions I've got, I know a lot of people want to talk about the Marcus Rashford red card. My view is if you're a football fan and a pundit and you haven't played football, you see that as a red. If you're an ex-player, you don't see that as a red because he's shielding the ball. How do you see it?
I see it as him trying to shield the ball, planting his foot, trying to make himself bigger. To shield the ball, and just the guy's foot was there and he trod on it. Now, I don't think it's a red card, and I think any ex-player will tell you what exactly he's trying to do. But it's just unfortunate that's where the defender's leg was, and that's why it looks horrific. Now, by the letter of the law, the recklessness and could it endanger an opponent, it's probably the right decision from their perspective. But me being an ex-player, I just think, well, where's he supposed to plant his foot? He's trying to get his body in there. 9 times out of 10, you put your foot out like he did, you get your body in front of the defender bumps into the back here, you go over, you get the foul. Everyone gets up and you go to
but I agree with you, right? I'm playing devil's advocate here, little link to Keanu Reeves. But is that irrelevant? I know what he's trying to do, but he's not done it. And by not doing it, he has... I mean, it was an awful challenge.
It was, but you've still got to put it...
Not malicious, by the way, but it was awful.
You've still got to put
looking.
it into perspective, though, because he hasn't looked at the defender and gone, right, this is what I'm going to do, and just stamped on him. You can quite clearly see everybody, even if you've not played the game, you can quite clearly see what he's trying to do, which is get his body in between the defender and the ball, shield it. I'm telling you now that his next movement, if he'd have got hit in the back, he would have gone over, he'd have got the free kick, they'd have gone up the other end. But the fact that the defender just got his foot there, it is unfortunate. And I can see from the referee's perspective why they've gone, do you know what, it's a bit dangerous, his studs are showing, it's quite high, they've sent him off. But anyone who's been watching football for a long time will understand he's not gone out to do that.
No, I know that, but by the letter of the law, he has to go.
Well, maybe it's the law then that needs to change.
You're right. I think the defending again annoyed me. Dalot for that goal at the far post. I'm sort of between about whether or not a goalkeeper, when the ball flies through his 6-yard box, whether or not a goalkeeper needs to come out and claim that. I thought it was poor defending. I thought both the last 2 goals were poor defending from United.
Well, do you know what I didn't realise? Because again, I watched the Arsenal game, so then I had to come back and watch extended highlights for United.
Yeah.
What I didn't realise was Copenhagen's last goal came from the guy hitting that absolute horrific shot. Like where he's got to volley it in and he's volleyed it and it stayed in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that goal, when you're down to 10 men though, at times you are scrambling. Like you're scrambling about, just trying to... You're trying to pick everyone up, you're trying to be compact, and they just weren't. But you're right, that goal, Dalot, he's got to check his shoulders and know that he's there and go and meet the ball. He doesn't do that. And the last one, he's just free, and it's a really good finish, but... Again, Manchester United are in this kind of rut where it seems like everything's going against them. Even when they get the penalty in the 3-2, I'm still thinking, do you know what? There's still a twist in this game here. There's still something going on here.
What does it tell you when you look at the subs for Man United, right? And all these players have been brought in recently, or thereabouts. Amrabat, sub. Mount, sub. Reguilon, sub. Varane, sub. Antony, sub. What does that tell you?
That no one's really grabbed the shirt. Too many of your high-profile players are out of form. And also as well, I think Erik Ten Hag can't trust them players. Now, Antony can't trust because we've not seen him put in a performance for a long time. Varane is just not the Varane from old. There was a time where it didn't really matter. Like, the ball could go in behind and you could have 2-3 yards at him. He'd eat up the ground, wouldn't he? You couldn't get past him.
Is he done?
Oh, he's not done. Like, he's definitely not done, but we need to... at times, you have to start putting players where they are right now. It's not Lifetime Achievement Award. It's about where are they right now. We know Casemiro's won 5 Champions Leagues. We know Varane's won all these Champions Leagues as well. He's won a World Cup. But where are these players right now? And it looks like to me Varane's legs have just they've deserted him. Maybe that's the injuries. Like, he can still defend, but he can no longer rely on his pace.
One thing I'd like to ask Man United fans, I personally now, I know this is going to sound absolutely bonkers, I personally would rather finish, if I'm not going to qualify, I'd rather finish 4th. I don't want Europa League football. I think our season's going to be hard enough without
more games.
Yeah. And I know that sounds nuts. And United fans, I want you to give me your view on that. I'd rather finish 4th and not have European football than 3rd and be dropped into the Europa League.
Do you know, that makes sense. It makes kind of sense. Where Manchester United are, the injuries that are racking up as well. And that Europa League, I feel, is just relentless, isn't it? You keep playing. But yeah, for Manchester United right now, again, you've got to pick yourselves up again and try and find a bit of momentum from somewhere. But I thought Garnacho, as you said there, Højlund, you give him the service, look what happens.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.